Black Goose TV family. So I talked about this a little bit, but I don't think I ever actually made a video about it. So I did want to touch on this. If y'all didn't see it, the press conference for the Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor fight happened not too long ago. Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker is the co-main event. Originally, Joseph Parker versus Derek Chisora was supposed to be the main event. Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis, that was supposed to be a totally different card, actually at a total different date time. If y'all was following the Regis Prograis lawsuit situation with World Boxing Super Series, that's what ended up making it a part of the Joseph Parker Derek Chisora card. In my opinion, this hasn't been confirmed. This is simply my opinion. I think World Boxing Super Series had to co-promote with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and DAZN. That was the only way to be able to get Regis Prograis the cash that he was rightfully owed and deserved, and also be able to still make the fight, right? So I think personally that's what ended up happening. From what it seemed like during the press conference, Derek Chisora, he had a moment. He basically called out all the promoters that were doing it. He called out Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, basically saying, what are they doing headlining the card? They're not bigger than us. We're the heavyweights. Everyone wants to see us fight. You know what I'm saying? It's the golden era of the heavyweights. We deserve to be the main event. So it doesn't even make sense why this happened. Obviously, a lot of people are saying you already knew about it, because the only way they could have even had the press conference, you had to sign off on the contract saying you're going to be the co-main event. But I think obviously what Chisora was doing, it's kind of like, even though the contract was already signed, he put them in a place where now public opinion is out there, right? And public opinion is more powerful when it comes to getting the amount of money he feels like he deserves, or either there's even a possibility maybe he tried to negotiate more money and couldn't. What he ends up doing now is allowing public opinion now to come into play and be like, put that pressure on World Boxing Super Series, Matchroom, DAZN, and possibly make them the main event, which they probably cannot do. But even, maybe pay him more money, some other table money or something like that. I thought it was a smart move by Derek Chisora by doing that. David Haye, he said what they should do is let the fans decide if Chisora and Joseph Parker should headline or not on October 26th. The card's kind of too soon for any of that to happen. I feel like if they were going to want to do that, they should have done it earlier. But at the same time, the fight wasn't made too long ago. Not the Chisora Parker fight, but the Taylor Prograis fight. At least the date of it wasn't announced. It wasn't not too long ago. It was not too long ago. It was announced. But obviously, Prograis already knew once he won the last round in World Boxing Super Series as well as Taylor, they knew they had to fight each other, so they already been in preparation. So that doesn't really matter, right? But what do y'all think about the situation? Do you think Derek Chisora is right? Do you think they should be paid more money, Chisora and Parker, for being the co-main event, even though they're more popular than the actual main event? If you want to look at like mainstream media when it comes to the boxing world and things like that, the reason it could be a pay-per-view, he says, is because it's Chisora and Parker. Do you believe? Do you think he's right? Or do you think, you signed a contract, it is what it is, it's too late for you to be talking, as of now, Taylor and Prograis is the main event, and there's nothing nobody can really do about it. What do y'all think, you know what I'm saying? Do you think Chisora's right? You think he's wrong? And what do you think about David's idea of letting the fans decide if Chisora should headline the card or not? You know what I'm saying? Chisora versus Parker. What y'all think? How y'all feel about that card? Who you got winning both fights? I know I'm excited for October 26th. It's close, man. It's going to be a crazy fight weekend. Y'all stay up.